Ever feel like you're kind of just spinning your wheels, Like putting in the hours but not really getting anywhere.
Yeah, I think we've all been there. That feeling of just grinding away, but not being as productive as we could be.
Totally. Like there's got to be a smarter way to get stuff done, right? Without feeling completely burnt out.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're talking about hacking your brain for maximum productivity.
No, not like literally hacking, of course.
Right, more like using science, neuroscience and cognitive psychology to understand how our brains work best.
So we can work with our brains, not against them.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, there's a ton of research out there that points to some really practical, actionable stuff we can all do.
Okay, so no crazy biohacks or anything.
No, no, just solid evidence-based strategies that can help you focus better, get more done, and maybe even finally kick that procrastination habit.
That sounds amazing. So where do we even start?
Well, we've broken it down into 5 key areas, each backed by some pretty fascinating research.
5 key areas. Okay, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
All right, so first up, we've got deep work. Then we'll delve into understanding your body's natural rhythms, something called circadian rhythms.
I've heard of those, yeah.
Yeah, they're super important. After that, we'll look at the brain-boosting benefits of exercise, then nutrition for cognitive enhancement, and finally, the power of mindfulness and meditation.
Okay, so we're covering a lot of ground here.
We are. But the key takeaway is that these 5 areas, they all work together to optimize your mental machinery, so to speak. Think of it like fine-tuning your brain for peak performance.
I love that. So let's jump right in, shall we? Starting with this idea of deep work.
Let's do it. So deep work, it's a term that was popularized by Cal Newport, and it essentially boils down to this: intensely focusing on cognitively demanding tasks without any distractions.
Okay, so basically just really focusing on one thing at a time.
Exactly, but here's the really interesting part. Why it's so effective. Deep work, it's like weightlifting for your brain.
Mental weightlifting, huh?
Exactly. When you consistently block out distractions and force yourself to concentrate deeply, you're actually strengthening your brain's ability to focus. You're building mental muscle.
So the more we do it, the better we get at it.
Exactly. And the benefits go way beyond just getting that one task done. You're improving your fundamental cognitive capacity, your ability to focus and think clearly in any situation.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? How do we actually do deep work?
So the first crucial step is to schedule it.
Schedule it, okay.
Yeah, like actually block out time in your day, preferably in the morning when most people's mental sharpness tends to be highest, and treat these blocks of time like they're sacred.
Non-negotiable brain time.
Exactly. No meetings, no emails, no phone calls, just you and the task at hand.
Okay, so step 1, schedule it. What's next?
Next, you got to create a distraction-free environment.
That's easier said than done sometimes.
It can be, yeah, but it's crucial. So that means silencing your phone, putting it on Do Not Disturb, closing down all unnecessary browser tabs, maybe even letting your colleagues or family know that you need this focused time.
So basically going off the grid for a little bit.
In a way, yeah. And it might feel a little extreme at first, but trust me, the leap in concentration is remarkable. When your brain isn't constantly battling distractions, it can really dedicate its full resources to the task at hand.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal here. So schedule it. Eliminate distractions. Anything else?
Well, one more tool that can be really helpful is something called the Pomodoro technique. Have you ever heard of that?
Pomodoro, like the tomato.
Exactly. It's named after those little kitchen timers shaped like tomatoes. Basically, you set a timer for 25 minutes, work on your task without interruption, then take a 5-minute break, rinse and repeat.
So it's like breaking down a big task into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Exactly. And those short breaks, they're not just about resting. They actually help to prevent mental burnout and allow you to come back to the task with fresh eyes.
Okay, so little mental refreshers. Makes sense. And there's actual research to back this up, right? It's not just like a productivity fad.
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of research on the negative impacts of distractions. One study by Baumeister and Tierney back in 2011 found that even small distractions can significantly impair our concentration and cognitive performance.
Okay, so deep work. Schedule it, eliminate distractions, maybe give the Pomodoro technique a try.
Got it. Now, what about those circadian rhythms you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so circadian rhythms, they're basically your body's internal 24-hour clock.
Okay, so like our natural sleep-wake cycle.
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's way more than just when we feel tired or alert. Circadian rhythms affect everything from our hormone levels to our core body temperature, and they have a huge impact on our cognitive function throughout the day.
So our brains aren't operating at the same level all the time. Nope, not at all. Most people experience natural peaks in alertness and cognitive function, usually in the morning and early afternoon.
So like our brain power actually fluctuates throughout the day.
Exactly. And the key to leveraging this for productivity is to align your most demanding tasks with those peak periods. It's like harnessing your natural energy flow.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do we figure out our own personal peak times?
Honestly, the best way is to just pay attention to your body for a week or two. Really tune into your energy levels. When you feel most alert and focused, when do you hit those slumps?
Like keep an energy diary.
Exactly. And once you've identified your prime time, that's when you schedule your brain-intensive work. Things like problem solving, strategic thinking, creative projects.
Basically, do the hard stuff when your brain is at its best.
Exactly. And save the more routine tasks like emails or admin work for those lower energy periods.
So it's about working with our natural rhythms, not against them.
Exactly. And there's research to back this up. A study by Folkard back in 1997 showed that people perform significantly better on cognitive tasks when they're working during their peak circadian phases.
So there's actual science behind it. Okay, listen to the body clock. Got it. Now let's talk about exercise. I know it's good for our bodies, but how does it actually make us more productive?
Well, for starters, exercise has a huge impact on our brain chemistry. It triggers the release of all these feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine.
So like a natural mood boost.
Exactly. And those neurotransmitters, they don't just make us feel good, they also play a key role in focus, motivation, and even creativity.
So it's like a natural brain power cocktail.
In a way, yeah, but it's not just about the chemicals. Exercise also increases blood flow to the brain, which delivers more oxygen and nutrients to those brain cells.
Okay, so good blood flow equals a happy, productive brain.
Pretty much. And this can lead to improvements in memory, concentration, and even our ability to think creatively and solve complex problems.
So what are some good ways to incorporate exercise into our routine for these brain benefits?
Well, if you can, starting your day with some aerobic exercise, like a brisk walk or a run, is amazing. It really jumpstarts your energy levels and clears the mental fog.
I definitely feel more alert after a morning workout. But what if we can't squeeze in a full workout?
That's where micro workouts come in handy. Just incorporating short bursts of activity throughout the day, like a quick walk during your lunch break or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, can make a big difference.
Like little energy boosts throughout the day.
Exactly. And if you're looking for something a little more mindful, practices like yoga or Tai Chi are great too. They combine physical movement with a focus on breath and mental presence, which can be really helpful for reducing stress and improving focus.
Okay, so whether it's intense cardio or gentle stretching, moving our bodies is a good thing for our brains.
Absolutely. And there's a ton of research to back this up. A 2008 study by Hillman and colleagues found that regular aerobic exercise actually enhances our executive functions, those higher level cognitive skills that help us plan, organize, and manage our time.
Okay, time to get moving. Now let's talk about fuel. How does what we eat affect our brain power and productivity?
Well, your brain is an incredibly complex organ, and it needs a constant supply of energy and nutrients to function properly. What you eat directly affects your brain's ability to think clearly, focus, and make decisions.
So it's like putting premium fuel in a high-performance car.
Exactly. A diet that's rich in brain-boosting nutrients can support healthy cognitive function, improve memory, and even boost your mood.
Okay, so what are these brain-boosting foods we should be eating?
Well, omega-3 fatty acids are at the top of the list. They're crucial for brain cell structure and function, and you find them in fatty fish like salmon, as well as flax seeds and walnuts.
More fish and nuts. Got it. What else?
Antioxidant-rich foods are also super important. They protect your brain from damage caused by free radicals, and you find them in things like berries, dark chocolate, and green tea.
Wait, dark chocolate is good for the brain?
It is, in moderation, of course.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Okay, so omega-3s, antioxidants, anything else?
Whole grains are also important because they provide a steady release of glucose, which is your brain's primary fuel source. This helps to keep your energy levels stable and prevent those mental crashes that can derail your productivity.
So no more sugar highs and crashes.
Exactly. And finally, let's not forget about water. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function, so staying properly hydrated is absolutely essential.
Okay, so good food and plenty of water. It sounds simple enough, but I guess we sometimes forget the basics.
It's easy to overlook, but it makes a huge difference, and the research supports this. A 2008 study by Gomez Pinilla found that a nutrient-rich diet directly impacts our cognitive abilities and mental resilience.
So we're not just what we eat, we're also what our brains eat.
Exactly. Now, finally, let's talk about mindfulness and meditation.
Okay, so how does being mindful make us more productive?
Well, in our always-on, hyper-connected world, our minds are constantly bombarded with information and distractions. This can lead to mental clutter, stress, and a decrease in focus.
Yeah, I feel that.
Mindfulness is about training your brain to be more present, to focus on the here and now, and to let go of those distracting thoughts. It's like creating a calm, clear space in your mind.
So it's like decluttering our minds.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to cultivate mindfulness is through meditation. Studies have shown that regular meditation can actually increase gray matter density in areas of the brain associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation.
So it's not just about feeling more relaxed.
Okay.
It's actually changing our brains.
It is, and these changes can lead to improvements in focus, concentration, and even creativity.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Sure.
So how do we get started with meditation?
Well, even just 10 or 20 minutes a day can make a big difference. There are lots of different types of meditation, so you can experiment and find one that resonates with you.
And it doesn't have to be complicated, right?
Not at all. You can even just focus on your breath for a few minutes. And there are some great guided meditation apps out there, like Headspace and Calm, that can help you get started.
Okay, so meditation, mindfulness. Got it.
Yeah.
And there's research to support this too, right?
Oh, yeah. A 2010 study by Zidane and colleagues found that mindfulness meditation can reduce mind wandering and improve focus, leading to greater productivity.
So it's not just some woo-woo, feel-good stuff.
Nope, it's backed by science. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have 5 key areas for hacking our brains for productivity: deep work, circadian rhythms, exercise, nutrition, and mindfulness.
And the main message I want you to take away is this. Productivity isn't about pushing yourself harder or working longer hours. It's about understanding your brain and working with it, not against it.
So it's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, you don't have to overhaul your entire life to start seeing results. Just pick one or two of these techniques that resonate with you and try incorporating them into your routine.
I love that. So to our listeners, I encourage you to think about what your biggest productivity challenges are and then experiment with these techniques to see what works for you.
Yeah, what small change could you make this week that could have a big impact on your focus and productivity? Give it a try and see what happens. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.